What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with another video. So, today I'm here to talk about the excitement of WrestleMania 40. And I'm here to give you my picks on what matches I think will happen at WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 is right around the corner. It's the 40th anniversary of the show. Honestly, the last WrestleMania 20, 30 were absolutely heat. You can't tell me different. They're one of the better WrestleManias ever. And I think WrestleMania 40 has the chance of being just as good or better than the all-time great WrestleMania, which is WrestleMania 17. If you ask 90% of anybody, who's anybody in this world, WrestleMania 17 is the best WrestleMania of all time. I don't even think it's up for debate. You had Rock and Austin and TLC 2, which were absolute fire. And then the rest of the card was dope as well. But come on, bro. WrestleMania 17 was so crazy. And honestly, when you look at this roster, in my opinion, is just as strong as any roster in WWE history. It comes close to, I believe, the strongest roster probably could be argued between 2001 and 2003 or 4. If you look at WrestleMania 19 and WrestleMania 20, those are the two of the most stacked WrestleMania cards ever. So, and I think this roster now has exactly that much depth and pieces around it which you can move in either way. And I think WWE's done a great job of being able to have that. So, we are going to talk about WrestleMania 40 and what I think is gonna go down at a WrestleMania 40. Here we go. So, the first match I think that's gonna go down at WrestleMania 40, kind of a pipe dream, but I think this match could be fire. Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair for the Women's Championship. Now, if you don't know who Jade Cargill is, Jade Cargill was in AEW. She was the TBS champion. Her first match was a tag team match with Cody Rhodes. I forgot who. She was in the. She wasn't in the tag team. It was Cody and Brandy Rhodes versus Jade and Shaq. I'm almost positive. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. She was also the TBS champion, and she was 50. She was like something and 0. I think like 50 and 0 or something like that before Chris Statlander won the TBS title and Jade left the company. Jade Cargill is a star. How do you know she's a star? When she's been appearing on NXT and Raw and SmackDown, simply in backstage vignettes. She's been treated like a goddess. Absolutely. And if you see the way she looks, she is 100% beautiful. She is 100% a star written all over her. I don't think there's anybody in this world who will say that Jade Cargill is not a star. So, and Bianca Belair, we know what we get with Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair puts on great matches, and her character is strong. She's another strong, independent black woman that are put on the surface. Like her match against Becky Lynch was at WrestleMania 38 was so fire. Her match this year against Asuka, I thought was good. Her match against Io Sky this year, one of the best women matches this year. Becky Lynch goes hard, and I don't think anybody here could argue that Bianca Belair is not one of the best women's wrestlers on this roster today, and on any roster today. So I think this match actually is going to slap, and more importantly, I think what it does for the culture of my people will be huge. Just like Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, I think this will follow in that lead of, it's not something you see on every WrestleMania, which makes it even more dope and more cool to see. So, for me, Jade Cargill versus Bianca is a match I'm dying to see at WrestleMania. The next match I want to talk about is Logan Paul versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. Bro, I think this is the best thing you can do for LA Knight right now. I can't see LA Knight really beating Gunther for the IC strap. I got plans for Gunther too. But I think to get LA Knight over as a star, and, well, he already is a star, but to even push him over the brink more and get him more views and more publicity, I think with this WrestleMania 40 card being quadruply more stacked because CM Punk is back, I think the best position you can put LA Knight in is defeating Logan Paul for the United States Championship. I think this would be so great for LA Knight to get his first big win for a main title. Because I don't see him really, unless he goes to Raw, I don't see him capturing the world's Roman Reigns' championship anytime soon. And really, right now, I don't know if he's ready for the World Heavyweight Championship right now either. Which is tough to say and a hard pill to swallow. And that just showed you how much power the babyfaces have right now over the WWE. And I think at least one of them needs a title. So I say, why not give the title to Logan, take the title off of Logan Paul, who is a celebrity who can go and do his appearances and one of his other ventures while getting LA Knight the shine he deserves and a run he deserves with the United States Championship. So I think LA Knight versus Logan Paul could be one of those ones for sure. The next match I want to talk about is Jimmy versus Jey Uso, down since day 1-ish. Oh, I think we all know this match is happening at WrestleMania. Whether you like it or not, this match is 100%. If I had to lock in on a match happening at WrestleMania, I'm now locking in on this one for sure. They built this up for a reason. Jey Uso became an absolute star on his own, which is respectful. And Jimmy's not doing bad his damn self without Jey. And I think this match could be one of those ones. And if you watch one of their interviews, they talked about them two squaring off at WrestleMania and what that could mean for their family, etc., etc. We've kind of seen a similar situation with Matt and Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania 25, I believe. Match is really but I think Jimmy and Jey could really put on a good one. And I think having this match and getting this out of the way also will make their eventual reconciliation, when them two get brought back together. I think that's going to be a magical moment, and it's just going to be incredible to watch them reunite. But I think this match is going to be absolute fire. I got Jey Uso winning. It's only right, honestly. I think Jey's definitely going to win this match. And I think this is going to be a great experience and great thing for WrestleMania 40 to close out this decade of WrestleManias. Now, my next match that I want to talk about is Braun Breaker versus Drew McIntyre. Now, people are probably going to be like, this is random as hell. And I'm not going to lie, I think it's random as hell. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's I didn't know what to do with Drew McIntyre, but I knew I had to get him on the card somewhere. And especially with his contract coming up, who knows if he's going to leave the WWE or if he's going to stay with the WWE. I think you have to get somebody who's from the NXT roster on this WrestleMania 40 card to show what the future looks like. If you look at WrestleMania 20, you have all of these old names like Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Christian, Benoit, Kurt Angle, Eddie G, Rey Mysterio, Rikishi was on the card, The Rock was on the card, Mick Foley's on the card, Randy Orton, Batista, and Ric Flair. You look at all the names I just rambled off, actually, besides Randy Orton, because Randy Orton was like 21 or something like that at that time. You still saw the young blood on that card, which was, and the two young bloods were Randy Orton, technically Batista. Batista was like in his 30s by that time, but technically Batista. But also John Cena was on the card against the Big Show, and he opened the night. And you saw who carried the torch for those next years. After that, which ended up being John Cena, Randy Orton, and Batista. You look at WrestleMania 30, it's kind of the same thing. You got Daniel Bryan, you got Randy Orton, you got John Cena, you got Brock Lesnar, you got The Undertaker. You have all of these big-ass names, and who was the one person? Who were the young guys on that card? The Shield. What do you think happened with the Shield? You know what I mean? So, I think definitely you really gotta put it in perspective that they always add their young guys to these cards, and it makes perfect sense why they have to have the young guys in the card, because these are going to be the guys in the future who we grow up watching, and there's gonna be more kids who grow up watching your Braun Breakers, your Carmelo Hayeses, your Trick Williams, your Dragunovs. There's gonna be a lot of young talent that needs to be showcased on these shows. So, with that being said, I think Braun Breaker, out of anybody in NXT, Braun Breaker is the next one up. And I think you giving Braun Breaker a W over a Drew McIntyre, I think does numbers for Braun Breaker, because he's not somebody who's very slim and skinny. It's not like he's going against The Miz, which is still a credible win, but it's not as credible as a win if he beats a Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 40. I think that would show how much trust and faith that the company has in him. And that's why I kind of picked Drew McIntyre to get him to that position, because I think that he has one of the better chances of putting Braun Breaker the most over. So the next match I want to talk about is Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. I think they have been hinting at this for months on months, and I think Becky versus Nia Jax is just something to get us through to WrestleMania. Who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble? Bro, I have no idea, but in my scenario, I got Jade Cargill winning, but don't get me wrong, it 100% could definitely end up being like Liv Morgan or a Bayley. There's so many options with that Women's Royal Rumble they can do. So don't take anything I'm saying on the women for facts, because the women's roster is deep as hell and they don't talk about it, but that women's roster is stacked too also. But anyway, I think Becky versus Rhea, I think Becky definitely could take the title off of her, but I won't be surprised if they gave it to somebody who's also a young star. But do I think Rhea Ripley needs to get the strap ripped off of her? Absolutely, because she's not defending it enough. We all complain about Roman Reigns. The only reason why people don't complain about Rhea Ripley defending her title as much and with quality, because Rhea Ripley's on Raw every weekend with the Judgment Day. She's mommy on top. Don't get me wrong. Mommy look good. But, she doesn't really defend the title that much. I need more work from her. You look at some of her matches this year, besides her absolutely 5-star classic with Charlotte Flair, what other good matches with Rhea is there? Exactly. We need more of that. So, but I think Rhea versus Becky could be a really good, solid match that definitely is WrestleMania caliber. The next match I want to talk about, and argue with your mother, this is going to be, whether it's on night 1 or night 2, this is going to be very arguable match of the night, moment of the night. Brock Lesnar versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I know everyone's like, why is Brock fighting for the IC title? He never won it. It's a title he's never won. We all ask, who could beat Gunther? Who has the power to beat Gunther? Who has the power to end this dominant reign as IC champion? Who has it in them to end this streak? You could come to me with Ilya Dragunov. I'll listen. because Dragunov ended his UK streak, Gunther's UK streak, back in the UK when he was champion for like 2 years or whatever. I can listen to that. But if we're talking big money, we're talking draws, we're talking ratings, how could we not? We're talking story. How could we not have Gunther versus the one guy who beat the streak in wrestling? Stop Gunther's reign as Intercontinental Champion. There's only one man who can do it, and that's Brock Lesnar. Gunther has been walking around looking like an absolute monster, beating the hell out of 95% of the roster. There's one anomaly in that entire roster who Gunther may be quaking in his boots that actually have to come and pay a visit. And that is the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. This match versus Brock and Gunther could be the match of the night at WrestleMania 40. Maybe chance match of the weekend. Because when Brock ends Gunther's streak, that could be crazy. 10 years before he ends the greatest streak to ever live, The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, and he ends Gunther's IC title reign? What? You're telling me that wouldn't be fire? I don't care. I know there's a lot of Rock haters out here, but like, come on, bro. There's only few people I think Gunther could lose to. That's Brock Lesnar, Ilya Dragunov, and Chad Gable. If you come to me with anybody else outside that box, I ain't trying to hear it. I like Ludwig Kaiser. Hell no. I like Vinci. No. Those three names right there could be the only ones who could end Gunther's Intercontinental Championship streak. And I said, but me personally, if I'm going big, Brock Lesnar will end that IC title reign. I said it. You heard it here first from your boy. Brock versus Gunther. Sign me up. The next match, these next two matches I want to talk about are the matches that are obviously going to close out both shows. These are the main events. Clear as day. No questions asked. I don't think anybody would debate these. For night one, Seth versus CM Punk. But my matchup of Seth versus CM Punk has a twist to it. This match is going to be great. It's going to be phenomenal. In the main event, Seth and CM Punk both get their wish. They've all been yearning and desiring to close out WrestleMania. They've all wanted the main event WrestleMania. Seth technically never got to main event WrestleMania because he was the Money in the Bank winner. He didn't headline the show. He wants to be able to headline 9-1, and CM Punk came back to the WWE for one reason to main event WrestleMania. Which is why CM Punk's going to win the Royal Rumble. And, which makes that more important, here's how I see the match ending, okay? I see Seth and CM Punk do like a move. Boom, they fall to the ground. Knocked out. Or say, no, actually I got it better. Say, boom, CM Punk goes for the GTS. Seth countered it, kicks him, curb stomp. They both fall on the ground. Damian Priest runs out. Cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Now it becomes a triple threat match. And Damian Priest pins either CM Punk or Seth Rollins to win the World Heavyweight Championship, which would make the second heist of the century. 9 years, damn near almost 10 years to when Seth Rollins did the heist of the century. Seth did it to Roman. And now Damian Priest does it to Seth. To win the World Heavyweight Championship. In the main event of WrestleMania, Priest gets his wish. That is how I see WrestleMania 39. WrestleMania 40, night one ending. And phenomenal storytelling. Night 2 of WrestleMania 40 will be the rematch of all ages. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. We know what's finna happen here, guys. We know what's gonna happen here. Cody Rhodes is gonna come through with the boom, with the crossroad. 1, crossroads. 2, and he's gonna set up again. And you're gonna see Solo come out. And this time Solo's gonna miss. And Cody Rhodes is going to hit Solo Sikoa with the crossroad. Bang. And then Roman's gonna try to spear him. He's gonna move out the way, pick him up, and hit him with another crossroads. And we're going to hear a 1, 2, 3, and probably one of the biggest pops ever. One of the most emotional stories will come to a close. You will hear Michael Cole screaming, "Cody did it. Cody did it." And you're going to hear Corey Graves say from undesirable to undeniable. Cody Rhodes is your new undisputed Universal Champion. You will probably see confetti. You will probably see fireworks going crazy. You will see Cody. We all know Cody cries. We will all see Cody bawling his eyes out. You'll probably see Brandy jump in the ring. You'll probably see his daughter Liberty jump in the ring. And everyone is going to be in there crying their eyes out, feeling the emotions of one of the most greatest championship runs of all time in Roman Reigns finally coming to an end. Cody Rhodes will finish his story. He will be so proud. And you probably won't hear him say it. You'll hear him mouth it on the screen. You'll probably hear him say, with the belt, "I did it, Dad, and nobody can take it away from you now." And that is how we end WrestleMania 40, establishing a brand new era, a brand new surface to the WWE. As Roman Reigns' long streak is over, which will crown not only an undisputed Universal Champion, but it will crown the new face of the WWE, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So that's how I'm jacking it, man. That's how I'm calling the end of. That's my predictions of what WrestleMania 40 is going to be. Let me know what you think. I duck no smoke, please. You want to walk that walk? Let's talk that talk. Let me know what you think, man. So I just want to say thank you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video, you like the shorts. Let me know what you think. I got time to argue all day. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. And once again, it has been your boy D. And until forever finds you,